After this. But yeah, so we are back. We're live. Welcome back to another episode of the Not Your Heroes podcast. I have apparently got subscribed to earn drops. I did not know that.
Oh no!
But I have not got enough followers to get me a subscription to be able to put on my stream yet. So I'm gonna go and do my usual thing. So today's first topic is the wonderful film that I finally saw this Sunday, and I do not regret watching it. I am absolutely in love with it. I honestly, the franchise is back, and it's so nice to see my two favorite sci-fi franchises. You know, both of them getting
Yeah.
really good films. Like legit. I need to double check. Jax, can you just double check on the podcast?
Yes.
Can you hear me on the podcast? That's the thing.
I am just checking now because I'm having actual trouble getting onto Instagram.
Yeah.
Let me do it via my phone. Not Instagram, we're on Twitch. That would be why I'm having an issue, people. I am, for some reason, looking at the wrong website.
Yeah, you are.
We've never ever tried to live stream on Instagram, and I don't believe we can.
No, I don't think we can.
Right. So, yep, we are on. Someone is playing a movie.
Wow.
I
What?
do believe.
I'm a little teapot, shut and spout. Here's my handle, and here's my spout. I'm not going to finish that song, but yeah, that's what happened.
Yes, you are fully audible.
Good. I may or may not be in the stages of being awake since 1 o'clock in the morning, so I may or may not be currently in the stage of absolutely delirium of being wide awake for over 12 hours. But yeah, Predator Badlands. This film was I was expecting. I went into this going, okay, we're finally getting a film where the Predator is the protagonist, and I was like, this. Oh, spoiler warning: this entire section of this podcast, the entire section of this podcast will be massive spoilers. I'm going to leave my background pink for the entirety of the section that is spoilers. So if you want to avoid spoilers, you want to go to the section when my thing stops being pink.
Just skip the episode. Just leave it silent in the background so we get the watch numbers. That's fine.
Yeah. But the opening sequence of this film was so like the literal cold open of we've yet to see Yautja Prime, and that it's such a little scene, right? Obviously, one creature come out of the sand, gets eaten by a bigger creature, then gets eaten by another creature, and then finally gets run over by this hover bike, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, I just loved seeing the whole Yautja Prime, like the fact that the first thing it even says, it says in like when it says what planet we're on, it doesn't say like, oh, Predator Prime or anything. It just goes Yautja Prime. It's like it's official. Disney has officially made the Yautja like thing canon to the films now as well. Not just the thing that's been a comic thing that we always thought it's the name, but we don't know it's actually canon because Fox has this whole thing of the comics a separate canon to the films, and then Disney's just gone, nope, it's canon. That's the name. Same as they made it canon in Romulus that the name of the xenomorph is XX121.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think the big thing with Disney at the moment is, especially with these big things that they're buying up, they realise that there's a big fan base with a big lore base.
Yep.
And unless they're going to do the Marvel thing, which is give you intricate lore on each of the characters they're giving you to show it's different from anything you've seen before, and this is what our history is, this is what we're going with. They're going to do that because what they did with Star Wars, where they went, all this old stuff now is not canon.
Yeah.
There's no lore here. And there was such a backlash.
It is so good.
I think they wanted to avoid that with so much guile that they've kind of given someone who knows the franchise the ability to do something with it. giving them a bit of free reign, kind of like they did with Feige with Marvel originally. Um,
But
and they're letting him go with it.
I will say, though, I will say, in the interest of people that haven't seen this film yet, we will try to keep major spoilers like completely still gone, but we may
Yeah.
spoil minor things in the film, like mostly to do with the way our actors, because this film was so good. This film was good, and the fact that the most things that I think we're gonna spoil is the stuff. It's not the so much the stuff that that's like the plot. I think it's the little bits of lore expansion that we've actually got finally
Yeah.
in a movie. Of like, as we're introduced to Yautja Prime, it's like shown it's a desert planet. It has oceans, as you clearly see it like in it. It's got
Yep.
it's like, so yeah, you can understand how life evolved there, but like you can tell it's a harsh planet. It's how these people, it's how they evolved. They evolved in a very harsh world, and it's like
Yeah.
it's got a very predatory ecosystem. Like the ecosystem seems to be very much, the survival of the fittest from like the get go.
Yes, this is what in some science fiction circles would be called a Darwin planet. It follows the strict code of survival of the fittest.
Or in the case of 40K, we'd call it a death world.
Yeah.
The kind of planet you don't want to go to. Why? Because everything on the planet wants you dead.
Everything is an alpha predator anyway.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's fantastic opening.
That the opening bit. It's the fight. It's interaction though with We're introduced to our main Yautja, who is like, and then you introduce to his brother, who is a full-blooded Yautja that is not a runt, and you see the size difference between the two of them straight away. Of his brother is like the predators we're used to seeing in like every other film is. It's all about like he's 8 foot tall, and then Deck is like, I'm barely 6.5 foot. What the hell?
Yeah, there is. This is the great thing about this here, because not only does it show that there is a big difference between the way that they're treated in this sort of caste system that they have.
Yeah.
The brother being a fully blooded, he has passed all his trials. He is now
A hunter.
a hunter. He is part of that clan fully, and his brother hasn't managed to get there yet. In many ways, this is the same film, a similar film to Prey, in which you have got, whereas both the hunters there were capable, the thing that donated them was gender. One was treated lesser because of their gender. In this case, one's being treated lesser because, one, they are the runt. That's the other thing that needs to be pointed out here. They are the smallest one of the litter in this aspect. So they are treated as weak because of that.
Yeah.
Also, they haven't mastered yet the abilities that all the others seem to have mastered quite easily.
No. Well, he seems to be good at the sword, as evident by the very first. The sword that seemed... I actually loved the introduction of the scimitar from the comics and some of the other games being brought into the actual like lore. The Predator scimitar being brought in. I genuinely enjoyed
quite interesting. What's quite interesting, actually, from what you've just said, that because I hadn't really thought about, but for things that come later on, that fact that he is better with the swords than the technology that the others use, he's more proficient in that. That kind of is a theme for this character throughout the film.
Yeah.
Everything that he ends up using is a low-fire version of what all the other predators use. Which is quite interesting. I hadn't thought about it like that until just now. Literally that is the early point that shows it. One is like I can use my nets, I can use my lasers, I can use my blades, I can use my invisibility. What have you got? I've got my sword, and I can climb trees pretty okay. Not the best, but I can climb trees. It's
such a different way of seeing how a predator function. Of like we know from like the other film, from Predator 2, Predator 1. We know from Predator 2 and Predator 1, and to some extent the Predators. I don't count the fourth film because I just kind of would rather forget the fourth film happened. Like, don't get me wrong, I just want to forget it happened because I hate that film.
If they could remove autism as a superpower
How about we remove all the
actor seemed
characters
to-
as well? Because none of the characters in that film are likable. I was rooting for the Predator the entire time because none
You
of the
see, now
heroes are likable in that film.
here's the thing. This is my argument for that film, and kind of like monster films in general with their name in the title.
Mm-hmm.
I don't give a fuck about a single human being in that film. Like they could carve their way through hospitals, nursing homes, schools,
Yeah.
anything. Right? That's their job. So I don't. Like, so I see what you mean. Like I say, yeah, none of them likable. But then I really like the Predators. And that, like, to be fair, my version of this movie is very different from everyone else's. I will grant you that. I saw this movie in Holland on the biggest showing of a movie. I can't remember who it was, but there's this actress kind of like it was kind of like a set of Bridget Jones's Diaries kind of a lady, and she made it was her first big film, and it was Ladies' Night, like Ladies' Day.
You know what I realised?
Yeah.
So, Prey.
Yeah.
One of the things I remembered, if I remember correctly from an interview, is that I think Prey just wrote Alien versus Predator out of existence.
Interesting.
Do you know why? During the interview, the description that was given of why the Predator is killing like all these random things. It's not just it's not that Predator's first time to Earth. It's apparently their first time to Earth. Meaning that they just wrote, which means they just potentially wrote Alien versus Predator out of existence subtly by going, yeah, we acknowledge these films bad and went because it's like, yeah, they didn't shape human history. No, we took that out of history. It's like, if I'm remembering that interview correctly, yeah, that is like one of the things for Prey. Why Prey's Predator is so weird. Not just the fact that it's a feral predator, but it's meant to be the idea that that's their first time visiting the planet Earth, which is why he doesn't know what is the biggest prey, and is busy taking out
everything.
Well, yeah, it's like it's one of their first visits to Earth. Like the only other visit had is the visit where we're encountered with the other guys, the French people that got taken out. They're the only two visits, so it's like they don't know what yet is considered a worthy prey.
Yeah,
and it's like kind of would make sense if they've done that. That's a sort of way of going. Yeah, Alien vs Predator didn't happen.
I mean, I think to an extent, I mean, most people accept that the two AVP films are in their own universe.
Oh yeah,
that is a sub-reality of some kind.
Let's be honest. The only reason we watched Alien vs Predator 1, the first one, is for I forget her fucking name again because I keep thinking it's Halle Berry. And it's not Halle Berry. It's
not Halle Berry. But no, I mean,
it's her and Lance Henriksen. They're the only two reasons to watch that movie. Is her and Lance. And Lance isn't even in the movie the whole film. He's only there for member berries.
I would argue that it's worth watching because it was such a spectacle in it's what it was.
It is such an early 2000s movie.
Yes, and it's especially the first one. It's worth watching because like it is characters on screen, and it was done a hell of a lot better than a lot of the other crossovers like that, like Freddy versus Jason.
You're in us discussing like the entire franchise as a whole. So at the minute we're not discussing Badlands, we're discussing every other film, and pointing out various things for a little bit. So like, is that example like AVP is really good. I will agree with you. The fight scenes in the first Alien vs Predator films, right, is really fucking good. Like there's just special. My favorite scene will forever be as she's on the ground and that one predator is just coming towards her, and then you just see the tail just like drop and then straight through him, and then watch as he just lift as it, because it's that iconic bit of just lifting him up to his face, and then
I did know his name's the leader. He's meant to be the leader, and he's and they all of those characters actually have names in canon.
Yeah, his name's Grid.
The only one I can Grid. Okay. And the only one I can remember. Scar's the one I can remember.
Scar's the Predator, Grid's the Xenomorph. His name's Grid because of the second
No, no,
Predator
no,
ate
no.
him.
I don't know. No, sorry. The actual predators in that film all have their own names. They are all named within canon.
I can't remember the other two names. All I remember is Scar because Scar's the one that survives and then becomes
Yeah,
a Predalien.
yeah. Well, he spawns the Predalien.
He's the one that becomes the Abomination.
The bit I really liked in that film, and when I was like, because I was kind of enjoying it, but the bit that always hooked me in that one was the electro netting.
Oh yeah.
I thought that was genius.
Chopper, Celtic, Elder.
That's it.
Chopper and Celtic are the other two Predators. They're the two
Yeah.
that Yeah. Grid kills
Kill-
Chopper straight away, and then gets the scars from the
Yeah.
from Celtic's net.
Yeah, yes, that's it. So Celtic's the one that fires that, and Elder is the one that ends up
At the end.
Uh,
It's the one that shows
yeah.
at the end that basically marks Lex with with the bone. Who, by the way, there's still a queen. Still, to be fair, those films are canon. There's technically a queen on Earth that's under the ice. Because the
and known
queen,
by Wayland.
Alien vs Predator Requiem is a movie that I will not acknowledge exists, because if I do, I get really angry. And I think
Right.
Jax knows the reason I get really fucking angry at that movie.
So here's the thing. Here's the thing with is the second one any good? So it does have some really good moments. Unfortunately, half of those good moments are completely covered in black screens.
And all of the shit moments are the moments you can see, and that's what makes
and yeah, there
God.
is a scene in it. I mean, I'm sorry, I know you don't like minor spoilers, but this is an old film at this point, and
I know
it's
Cat's already
controversial.
seen all of the
Oh,
old
okay.
films.
Yeah, it's the scene where they go through the maternity ward.
Oh, yeah, no, I mean the part that I call the Predalien in that movie an abomination because I hate the damn thing.
Yeah,
It pisses me the fuck
so
off. Like,
what's also
legitimately.
annoying is that everyone hated this
Mhm.
apparently, and the director, very
Doubled
early
down
on in
on it.
making it, only doubled down on it. He actually said he got it. Apparently, got this contract that he was allowed that no matter what any of the studios said, he was allowed to put a thing down and go, "I am doing this. This is one of my two. You can go and fuck yourselves."
Mhm.
And yeah, he doubled down and said, "No, go fuck yourself." And it's just pointless horror.
It
And
is.
it's not like you can see anything. It's just done to make you feel.
I've watched the extended edition, which has the scene where it fucking injects them in the in the first woman.
Yeah.
And it's just like, it is literally, this is just done for no reason other than the writer's barely disguised fetish. That's what this is.
Yeah.
This is the writer's barely disguised fetish. And I'm sorry,
So-
but it also, in the grand scheme of things, considering at the time Fox owned it, and we had
Yeah.
so many comics of Alien vs Predator, Aliens, and the fact that it was
Yeah.
very much established, comics wise, video game wise, at this time as well, that all that happens if there's no queen is one of the drones randomly just decides to molts and becomes a queen.
Yeah.
That's what happens. It's not this. I need to set up a nest first. Why would you need to do this? You are literally on a planet where you are the apex fucking predator.
And also, and here's the other bit that annoys me: by the biology of what they turned the Predalien into, it doesn't. It's its own queen, so that story point is pointless.
Yeah, it's like, it's a young queen. Why would it's a young queen, and then it turns a pregnant woman's a woman's belly into four chest bursters at a time. I'm like,
Just ridiculous.
At this point, you're just doing this as inflation porn, and also as just to make your own mark on a franchise. And I'm like, I understand. Probably Ridley doesn't hate the Queen. It's that Ridley hates that someone made that thing.
Yeah,
that's what Ridley hates.
But but to get back to the way we originally sidetracked from the film we're talking about, the reason I like Predators. Or the Predator, wherever that last one was, the Predator. So I went to this cinema in Amsterdam, in Holland, sorry, Den Bosch in Holland, and I had the biggest hash cake you're ever going to see in your life, and I ate it, and I sat down at the
So
3D
what you're
version
saying?
of.
What you're saying is to enjoy the Predator, you have to be fucking high as a kite.
No, no, no. To enjoy it the way I did, you then have to start watching this film in 3D, as I did, then start hallucinating. Because at one point, when the predator is walking down towards a fight, I shit you not, this happened to me. It didn't happen to me, but this is what my brain perceived. The predator stepped out of the screen,
Uh-huh.
walked up the aisle past me. And I was grabbing hold of my friend Eddie, going, "This is fantastic. This film is awesome."
I bet he was
he's
like,
like,
"What the fuck is wrong with you?"
I mean, he wasn't in the best state either, but he was like, "No, this is a bad film." I was like, "The graphics are the best." So yeah, I have a special love for that film.
You're in Amsterdam. You're in Amsterdam. It was totally legal to take drugs at that point.
It was. And
Fucking-
I taken some.
You're in Amsterdam seeing the film The Predator, which is god awful and trash, and and the only reason you enjoyed it is because you were watching it in 3D. You were high as a fucking kite that you hallucinated that the Predator walked up the fucking aisle next to you.
Tell me you wouldn't have enjoyed that film better if it did that.
I probably would have, but no, it's just the shit. It's just the image of you sat there in a cinema next to your friend Eddie, just going, "Oh my god, this film's amazing!" Eddie just looking at you like like you're an idiot or something. Like just like, "Oh god, he's lost it finally."
Like I say, the other funny fact to this film, that it didn't help the film in any way, but it just a bit of extra feature to know that this was going on. Like I say, the other four cinemas were playing one film, and there were women standing in each of these to watch this film. So it was just me and Eddie watching The Predator, and an actual licensed porn shoot going on in the back.
What?
Yeah, they were filming a porno in the back of the cinema.
At the same time as you watching a movie.
Yeah, we were told about it. I think, oh yeah. Go to Amsterdam. Go to Den Bosch. It's fantastic.
So okay, Jack. So you have the like without spoiling anything for this movie in regards, it is good. The Deku is awesome. Deku is my favorite character now. Ellie Fanning is fucking beautiful, and I love her as both characters that she plays, and I love how different she made both characters that she plays in this movie. Like, they are legitimately the complete polar opposite of each other, and it's so well done. Also, I'll say this: the creature design in this film, every single creature on that planet was beautiful.
Yes. I don't believe there is anyone talking to each other. I do believe there are now, but the way that both Alien Earth and Predator and Badlands has portrayed alien life, has been really good.
Yeah, Alien Earth did the whole
really thought out.
It was like for Alien Earth's example, what is it? The Oculus. Both of us saw that thing and went, "That is fucking more terrifying than the Xenomorph." It's like,
hands down. Well,
they made something. They went. Alien's this really scary franchise. Here's something that's fucking worse.
Yeah. I mean, in every aspect. If you haven't seen it, you should. It is.
That thing still gives me creeps.
Awesome. Yeah.
Spoilers for like the first 5 minutes of the first episode.
Yeah.
The Oculus is in the first 5 minutes of the episode. It's like, what the hell?
And weirdly enough, in science fiction, although a lot of places do the alien menagerie every now and again.
Yeah.
in Star Wars, everyone knows Star Wars has these amazing monster creatures living around, but actually,
We
not
don't get to
really.
see many of them. We don't get to see many of them. I've always thought of a crate dragon as as an actual like from playing Star Wars: The Old Republic, the original one, not the Star Wars: Knights of the Republic, not the the multiplayer mode, the actual original game, the Tatooine mission.
Yeah.
Uh, you fight a crate dragon, yeah.
Yeah.
And to me, oh yeah, crate dragon. It looks like an actual dragon, and then to get to the Mandalorian and you see what a crate dragon actually looks like, I'm like, that's not a dragon. That's a giant fucking worm.
Something else.
That's like a sandworm.
What I'm saying is the only thing really that I can think of that's done a menagerie like these two films anywhere near as interesting is an old movie called Flight of the Navigator, in which the ship itself has been collecting alien samples, and you see these creatures living within the ship.
Flight of the Navigator is such a good movie.
That was so good. Funny story. The guy who did the visual effects on Flight of the Navigator, they were having some issues with it.
I've realised why I want to watch the Running Man remake.
Okay.
It's an Edgar Wright movie.
Mm-hmm.
That's the reason why my brain went, I want to watch this immediately. It's an Edgar Wright movie. It's going to be good.
Wait.
Even it won't be as good. It won't be like probably as good as nostalgia for the original, but it's going to be good because it's Edgar fucking Wright.
Mm.
Did you just ask who's
Edgar Wright? Yeah, Edgar Wright is the co-writer with Simon Pegg. Very old friends.
Yeah.
They between the two of them, they've created everything from
the Cornetto trilogy, Shaun of the Dead.
Shaun of the Dead
and what's it called? What's it called? The last one, at World's End.
Oh, the team. Yeah. No, that's the Cornetto trilogy. But even before that, they had a TV series called Spaced.
Oh yeah, he's also made Spaced,
where all of this stuff comes from.
Yeah, but what I'm about is that Edgar Wright has like a distinctive style.
Yes.
And Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz, and At World's End, like 3 films with Simon Pegg in them. They are like the Cornetto trilogy, they're called. It's his style of like filmmaking is so good, and it's like it's brilliant. I love him. You've never seen Shaun of the Dead? Go watch Shaun of the Dead now. Just go watch Shaun of the Dead. Like it is such a good movie. It is like the most British of zombie movies ever.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, Simon Pegg and Edgar Wright are a dream team.
No, they make the most British of what is it? It's the most British zombie movie, the most British police movie, and the most British like alien invasion movie, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
Like they are. It's like this is the most British way of doing this and that's why Edgar Wright. I like him because he is unequivocally makes the most British of films, despite setting his film like. I'm like, this is not set in England, but this is going to be the most British of American film I've ever seen.
Yeah, he famously wrote the original script for Ant-Man that apparently was awesome. That got everyone involved, and when Disney decided to start changing it on him, he just went, "You know what? I'm walking away. Take it away. See you later."
Mm-hmm. I don't blame him. Like, he has a distinctive style. He's a little bit like Sam Raimi. You know, the one that made Multiverse Madness.
Very.
Like he's one of those directors that just let them do their shit, because when they do their shit, they're really fucking good films. So Sam Raimi is the guy who made Spider-Man 1, 2, and 3 with Tobey Maguire, and the Amazing Spider-Man movies as well, didn't he?
Yeah. He did. No, he didn't do the Amazing Spider-Man films. He only did the Tobey Maguires, and but more importantly, he did the Evil Dead trilogy with Bruce Campbell.
I always forget it's Sam Raimi's the one that did Evil Dead, because it's like I don't, and then I remember watching Multiverse Madness and going, "You put Bruce Campbell in this movie on purpose, didn't you, Sam? You did this." Bruce Campbell
was in all his films. There are a couple of things that donate one of his movies, and that is his car is in every one of his films, and Bruce Campbell is in every one of his films.
Sam Raimi is awesome. Sam Raimi is just really good director. Like,
Yeah.
Multiverse of Madness had so many moments. I'm like, this would not be out of place in like one of the later Evil Dead movies that were more comedy than horror.
Pizza Balls, I still think, is one of the funniest moments in.
Beat Small, Beat Small. I'm like, and the minute I recognized his voice, I went, "Oh God, Bruce! Bruce is here." I love Bruce Campbell in anything he's in because he's just silly. He's like, he knows enough to know that, like, yeah, I am not like some Hollywood A-list actor. I am the campiest actor, and I will be camp in everything I'm in because people enjoy it when I'm like that. Even when I play serious characters.
He did have that chance. He had that opportunity to be, a Hollywood heartthrob. But he was great at comedy. Everything that he was doing was making money. And it gave him a lot more leeway to do what he wanted to do.
Oh, yeah. Bruce Campbell is just brilliant.
Yeah. And, he has done... He's got such an iconic voice. His characters are parodied in so much and homaged in so much. If you're a fan of, like, for instance, if you're a fan of the animated TV series Reboot by Mainframe, Netflix did a version of it. There is a whole Halloween episode in which, in the Evil Dead universe.
He's back, baby.
Who's that?
Ash Williams is back.
Oh, they're always doing stuff with Ash.
No. Evil Dead Burns, slated for 2026. Yep. Cast, confirmed cast, Bruce Campbell. He's back, baby.
Yeah, well, the last Evil Dead film that was kind of a follow-on, weirdly, it was almost a reboot, but a follow-on from the TV series.
Oh yeah. Well, the thing is, I think with Evil Dead, even the guy that directed went, no, this is set in the same universe. This is just, I'm going a bit more darker with my movie than the last two, the more comedy style.
Bye-bye.
Like, well, they were always comedy horrors.
Oh yeah. Well, the first one wasn't. Kind of just the original.
Well, the first. No, well, the first one was very much heavy on the horror element.
Yeah.
I mean, wrong. And it banned editions of it and banned scenes. In particular.
The second one is the first film remade with a bit more comedy into it.
Yeah, I mean, well, I should be careful. So, the first one was originally slated to be a flat horror because that was what was popular at the time. But when Bruce Campbell sort of chewed his scenery a bit more and combined that with how some of the practical effects were working, they realized that they were going to get a laugh out of certain things, especially with Bruce, the whole thing with the haunted hand. So it was a horror comedy, whereas the second one, they wrote the second and third one. They wrote more for Bruce Campbell. The first film wasn't a Bruce Campbell film. Bruce Campbell was in it. The second two are Ash films. They are about that character, and it comes more off of him. Whereas the first movie is an ensemble. He is the boyfriend that comes in with the girl. He is not the person there. Actually, he's not the main character until the fact that he gets to the end. And that was a lot of rewrites and playing stuff on the fly during the course of that film. But yeah, no, he did 2 sequels. He did the series. He did a cameo in the later remake as well with a different Ash when there was the female Ash.
Ted Raimi wasn't in Multiverse of Madness. I am shocked. Because normally he appears in almost most of the films his brother makes for some reason. He appears in all of these films. Did not appear in Multiverse of Madness. That is actually kind of odd for me. To me.
Well, but yeah,
even James gives his brother work out in almost everything he does.
Well, I know people, especially James Gunn, gets a lot of issues for this, for getting his brother involved. but to be fair, this is a common thing from many, many, many good directors. I
Oh, yeah.
mean, Bellini always had family members in. Scorsese always has
Mhm.
family members in. And there's kind of a reason for it as well, especially in certain areas. Is that, yes, it's nice to have your family in. Look at that. I got you in. There you go. You got a speaking role. Good for you. Get some money and a credit. But the other side of it is in certain scenes, especially when you want a family setting, just for a quick glimpse, and you haven't got time to get actors to do their thing. Get your family in. Have a conversation. You want to be really comfortable around hugging someone? Get your daughter in.
Yeah.
So it makes sense. You want to dress someone up in lycra and laugh at them and have someone scratch their hair, the top of their head for 6 hours a day? Get your brother Sean in, because
Exactly.
you're not getting Bradley Cooper to do it, are you? Right. So I've got no problem with it. It's fine.
Oh yeah, well, that's the thing. It's fun. Besides, is it Bradley Cooper's the one that plays Rocket, isn't he?
Yeah. But Sean Gunn actually played Rocket on set. They put him in skin tight green lycra, and then had him just crawl around as Rocket. So he had an eye line.
Yeah.
And I can't remember.
He also plays
don't know.
Kraken. So
I can't remember. Yeah, he does, but I can't remember how this came out in an interview or something. But whether or not people started doing it, and James Gunn then got them to do it more, or James Gunn started to tell them to do it. But people just would stand next to Sean while he was on set and just scratch the top of his head. And there are loads of pictures of all the different actors doing it while he's sitting there, and it's quite funny.
James probably put those scenes in on purpose as a joke. I'm gonna look.
No, that's the best part. They're not in the film. It was just this was why they were setting up scenes, and he was standing there like for positioning shots, and it's just someone would stand next to him and just scratch the top of his head.
Well, there are scenes in all three Guardians movies and every film Rocket appears where someone does scratch his head.
Yeah, I get it, but not the amount of times that the pictures are available. Like this was done on a regular, and it was mentioned in an interview.
Sean Gunn is hilarious. Sean just shows me in anything. Anytime I'm like, I don't care that he shows me in any movie that James makes because it's kind of hilarious. It's just that thing of like, yeah, I'm gonna get my brother to just be this random character because it's like
the same with him and Nathan Fillion.
Yeah, Nathan is
What's
awesome.
your problem? He always gives a good show.
Exactly. And there's nothing that convinces me otherwise. Nathan Fillion doesn't deserve to be in does not deserve to be in those movies. Nathan Fillion is Guy Gardner. There is no other thing about it. He played that character perfectly.
It's Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool. They've just got it right. Yeah. Honestly, it's Tobey Maguire as Peter Parker.
See this is where my difference is. I prefer Tom Holland as both because Tom Holland is to me
Tom Holland. Tom Holland has got the full package. He does both. He does both of them together the best out of all three. But I do feel that if you run it down,
I will say
Tobey
Maguire did a really good job as Peter Parker. Andrew Garfield did a really good job as Spider-Man. But Tom is both.
Package.
He is the full package. He is Peter Parker because he plays being really awkward, like Peter's awkwardness really well. Being Peter himself, and then plays the absolute confidence and the utter annoyance of being Spider-Man. Because look, kid, I don't know how to get back where you're from, but no, in battles I don't usually talk this much. Oh, I'm sorry. Just yep, that's Peter. That is Spider-Man. Yeah. He's not shutting the fuck up. He won't.
I was actually going to use that as an example.
He just won't shut the fuck up in the entirety, and I'm like, I love that entire scene because the minute in Civil War, the minute you have Spider-Man fighting, Falcon and the Winter Soldier. And they're complaining because does this kid ever shut up? I'm like, now you know how his villains feel because he won't shut up. It's like the very thing in the comics of when was the moment the Green Goblin knew that it wasn't Otto behind the mask because Peter wouldn't shut the fuck up in the middle of the fight.
Why are you not talking? What's wrong with you?
Yeah, why are you not talking? So what's wrong with you? Oh, no, what the hell have you done? The minute that he came back and Goblin's like throws an insult at Otto saying you'll never be like him, and it's just Peter just makes a quip and he goes, "Oh shit."
But weirdly enough, in a recent story, I don't know if it's the current story. I picked up a comic the other day, in in just a waiting area. So I know it was recent. But the storyline in that is Parker is off, disappeared, doing his own thing in another book, I guess. But something's happened. He was beaten, and Spider-Man had disappeared for a bit. But then Spider-Man's back, and people that know Peter Parker are a bit confused because they know Parker's not around. So why is Spider-Man here? And people that know Spider-Man, like, I don't know what it is. I mean, he's doing everything like Parker. He's doing everything like Spider-Man, and I don't know why. Something's wrong, and even the psychics are like, "There's something wrong." I don't know what it is. He's blocked. He's blocking us like the way like Spider-Man sometimes can, but yeah, it's not something right. And after a fight, I can't remember who it is that comes up to him. Was like, I know you're hi Spider-Man. He's like, hi. He's like, Spider-Man, but you're not Peter. Who are you? And he's like, oh, you know both. Okay, fair enough. That's interesting. Because I know both. And you're right. I'm not him under here. But he's like, you're Ben. And that's where it's revealed. Ben Reilly has been Spider-Man for like the last couple of weeks. Because he's noticed that Parker had gone missing. And he was like, no one likes the Scarlet Spider. But people like Spider-Man. And it turns out the reason, like, and then it cuts to another bit, like the villain's going, have you noticed that his jokes aren't that good? He was like, he didn't really give me a joke, he just gave me a threat.
Gave me a threat. The first time he threatens, my response would be, Ben, get out of Peter's costume. You're gonna get beat up again by him. Ben, stop it.
But it's weird enough, and it just gave me a little bit of I was gonna say a flash, but a little bit of a reminder of how like sometimes you get the Flash villains talking about what happened with the Flash, and then once when there was a doppelganger of his, it was like, this ain't the Flash. It was like, how do you know? He broke my arm.
He broke my arm. Barry and Wally don't do that. Why? Because we have a code.
No, it's like, what bank was you breaking into? It was like, I was stealing some money from the payphone. He's like, that's not an unbreakable offence.
It's like what the running joke of what is it of Central City is that everyone knows the Flash's identity. The reason they don't go after his family is that they all have the central agreement of nobody goes after the Flash's family because we've seen the one time the Flash had lost everything and went a bit crazy, and yeah, that's terrifying. We don't want that. We don't want the terrifying Flash.
There was a period of time, yeah, where you're right. Pretty much everyone knew and who he was. Like loads of people discovered it, and like you'd expect it for some. And even he was worried that it was going to get out. And then at some point it becomes. I can't remember how it comes out, but it's like one of the villains is like, well, one, we get it. We could tell everyone, but what's it worth? Because one of the idiots might go and do something stupid. And if they do something, what could that man do when he's got no one
Nothing
to love and live for? And also, we're all frightened of Snart. And it's like, what do you mean you're frightened of Snart? Oh, he said if anyone says apparently, so it turns out he's known for years. And every time a villain has found out who he is, he goes up to him and says, I know you know, and I know too. You tell anyone, I'll kill you. But before I do that, I'll kill everyone you've ever loved. And then I kill you. You understand? That's it.
Which is funny because having finally reading some Snart of his, he actually Wentworth Miller did play Snart actually correctly, where it's the idea that we don't kill unless we absolutely have no choice.
Snart has rules, and he really likes Barry Allen, Wally West in particular, because of the way those two have interacted.
Well,
Um,
it's also I think it's like Central City has it's like it's pretty much almost all of the Flash's rogues gallery have a we don't kill people, which is probably the one thing that keeps them alive because we don't kill people.
yeah, with a few exceptions. I mean, Digger Harkness and Heatwave are the main ones. But yeah, usually they use their powers to get away and they just stop people. But well, and then a couple of them have been killers. Um,
Trickster probably because he is just
Trickster had fucked up a few times. But then Trickster's a great example of kind of the Flash and the uh
he's one of those
who
villains
was we
that
just
also
talking about?
helps kind of
Spider-Man kind of a thing.
shows the Flash's like intelligence though because of the way he operates. Because like a lot of people forget that like Wally and Barry are actually fucking intelligent and smart as shit. They just happen to have superpowers. Like I get people's complaints of when they go, oh why is Barry why is Barry or Wally like for example the Flashy show, why is Barry not just solving everything in like a second? You know what I mean? And I'm like because the Flash might have super speed and super thinking. The problem is the Flash is also human and thinks like a person most of the time and Barry's not always like in if you pay attention to the show Barry's first thought is usually not to beat this person to a bloody pulp or use the
Yeah.
speed, it's to try and talk someone down
And
because
also something
he's
that
a
they did
cop.
establish, something they established very early on in both the comic and in the TV show when they established this speed reading, knowledge gathering ability, is that it is temporary knowledge. It can hold it in his short term memory. It doesn't, because of how he gathered it, it doesn't
Go to his master.
necessarily go into his long term memory. It's not something he retains. It's there for a short, like he can answer your questions because he's just read the words, but he hasn't learned anything. But yeah, it's quite an interesting thing.
Oh yeah, but it is an interesting thing in regards to it. If we got from here from the Predator Badlands thing, but it's like it it is for the thing with Badlands is it's such a good film. I want to gush about the movie because like almost I'm gonna say there isn't. I don't think there's any really bad scenes or any really bad parts about the film
No.
at all, and it's really telling that there isn't because like I don't. The only like I saw a comment of someone was cutting about the this video I saw of the about the Kalisk, you know the Kalisk thing where this thing is the Xenomorph would never be able to an I'm totally going with it, you know an AI generated voice. I'm totally going. No, this thing is the perfect host for a Xenomorph, and all I'm thinking in my head is, don't let one of them face hug the fucking thing.
Especially at a young age.
Yeah. Oh, what happened? We got a Xenomorph that now has regenerative properties and regenerates from any damage unless you freeze it. Fire doesn't work on this one anymore. Oh shit.
And
That's
this film was a joy to watch all the way through. I mean, I know we're not going to get time to go into a full rundown, but like we've been discussing, the way it sort of mirrors the first two films in particular.
Yeah. It's really
and
well done.
Yeah, and I say the use of the landscape and the use of natural things that we come across in this film. But we are originally just shown as things doing things in the wild. You know, they're not. It's not like someone going, "Oh, I do this" or "I do this." This is just observation. You know, if you're looking away from the screen, you're going to miss what it did, and then later on, you're going to go, "Oh, what's that?"
Oh, that sounds pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's like, but like no, the comment I saw in the YouTube video about it was going, oh, the film's plot hole. It's the plot hole. Why did how did no Hunter realize to freeze it to get rid of it? And I'm sat there going, did you pay attention to the film at all? Like, the literal thing is, this is a rite of passage hunt. No one has survived and come back from trying to kill it. How are
The
people going to
reason he
realize?
picked this,
Yeah,
it's the reason he chose this one because it was the one task that if he did it, no one could doubt him. And even in his death doing this, it would be something of a mild honor.
yeah,
Like, I mean, once you watch, if you actually watch film, if he had chosen any other task, he would have still been looked down on, even if he had passed it.
yeah. He chose the path, the task that everyone else, even his own father, was scared to fight. It's
Yeah.
like it's just like, but it's not just that. It's like, oh, and I'm like, you watched in the fight. Did you not watch the fight with the whole fight scene where he first fights it and then cuts its head off, thinking, yeah, I've beaten it, and then watches it just re-knits its head back together and it pulls its head back on, and you're like, oh fuck, no wonder none of them have survived because like you're gonna be not be expecting it to get straight back up and eat you after you've cut its fucking head off.
Oh.
Yeah, it's like, oh, why no one learned to use this particular tool? It's like because none of them survived long enough to use it. If you paid attention, the only ones going after this thing were young bloods on their rite of passage,
Mm-hmm.
meaning they have not got years of hunting experience and know to possibly be patient, watch the prey, and learn about the prey
Yeah.
before you kill it. I'm an impetuous young blood who wants to prove my honor.
Yeah. Like I say, it is the only thing he can do, and it also shows, even in that first confrontation he has with his dad. It kind of shows. It shows he might be the only one amount of honor as well. Quite interesting. Certain tricks were used against him that shouldn't have been. Yeah, and I mean, that's it. Of course, then he's stuck in the jungle, so the parallels there to the first Predator is going to be brought up. He's then out on his own.
Oh yeah, but it's a film that I'm not saying anything else because I don't want to spoil anything in the movie itself. Really, it's just a matter of that. Like I saw that comment and I was like, "Did we watch the same movie? How do you think that's a plot hole?" When the film explains this in the first 5 minutes of why no one has come back, meaning that there are no tips or hints on how to beat this thing, meaning every fucker who's tried to fight it has died. More than likely, considering how it was just thinning off wounds and kicking the shit out of him until he got that lucky blow because he started being smart. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like I said, everything was just everything. In my opinion, everything was set out perfectly. So I mean, for example, we technically watched a different version of the films.
We did. You watched the entire movie in a language that I really want them to add to
yes.
What's it called? The one with the bird again?
Oh, the prey. I can't remember what it's not Cherokee. It's I can't remember what language it is. They use a Native American language for prey.
It's Comanche.
Comanche. And yeah, I saw it in a different language. That's what I'm going to say until it comes out.
Oh no, I was about the stuff that you can learn like Klingon or Elvish on.
Yes,
I want them to bring that language out on that so I can learn it. I will fucking learn that language just because it's like I will admit, yeah, it's a useless fucking language to learn because it's not going to help me in like real life or anything. But fuck's sake, if I could speak that language, it'd be fucking cool. Just because I'm a nerd and I can't we have Klingon. Klingon is an official language you can go to school to learn. You can go to you can pay lessons to learn and stuff. I'm sorry,
and Vulcan.
And Vulcan, and
so
Elvish from Lord of the Rings.
I didn't get. So like I said, I didn't understand what anyone was saying for the most part of the film.
Mm-hmm.
So I was getting everything from context clues and all that sort of stuff, and it was very good. It was very followable, which is a key a lot of these films, and it's some as well to show that actually can enjoy this as well. This is why I think releasing these alternate versions are important, because if someone will sit down and watch a film, not even to reading the subtitles, just if you can enjoy a film by its own visuals, if the story tells itself in that way, then that can then be, for me, and I know, and it's just for me, then that can be translated to just letting a movie like Kong or Godzilla follow the monster. It doesn't need humans doing human shit. It just needs a monster, and all of a sudden, it's for some reason its habitat is disturbed, and there's another monster, and it's just about the two of them fucking each other up over a battle. You know, kind of like Wall-E.
What I am going to
No
say,
one needed
Jax,
to
is
understand
we're
what's
going
going on
to
in
end the
Wall-E.
lovely Predator talk, because let's end the Predator. We want to get the real meat of this episode out of the way.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go put the thing down. The spoiler warning is down. I've put the D&D picture up because not to do the movie. It's just.
Yeah. So this little section is going to be my me telling my first ever D&D experience, and it is a classic D&D horror story. So I always wanted to play, and it was long before lockdown and shit. So I went on a well-known website at the time called Craigslist.
Well, that was your first mistake. Let's be honest here.
Yeah, and there was actually a lot of people looking for D&D groups, and there was one very, very local, 10 minutes walk away. So I sent them a message saying, I've never played before, I'm a bit of a geek, but this is just one of those things that's never been my sphere of knowledge. I would like to come along new. Is it okay to learn the ropes? And the reply back I got was, yes, it's fine, we're happy people, come along, it's time we start, come a bit early. So I did. And it ended up being in a shop that I'd known. I'd never been in it. It had all these posters up, and it was a travel agent's. And so I went inside. And when I knocked on the door, and a wizard answered in full costume.
Yeah, the wizard Harry.
You're a wizard Harry. And I thought, oh, this is fun. Oh, look, like that. This is quite cool. But this is obviously his character. I can dig this. I probably this is long before I did any kind of cosplay or anything like that. So fair enough. But the way he greeted me was a bit odd. I thought it was funny as well. He seemed to greet me in this weird voice. Yeah, no, they were all dressed up in costume and would only talk to each other in character. Yeah.
I should have watched that at the table sometimes.
So, fine. But I would have thought for someone they all knew was new, a little bit of reprieve. And I was like, okay, I sat down and hello everyone, I'm Trevor. I'm Roxanne. That is a weird name. Where do you come forth? So,
I'll come from Islington.
Elton. Yeah, I live around there, innit? And I was like, oh, and they're all a bit odd, and they were getting. I could see because I wasn't in a character, but I hadn't made a character. I didn't know how to make a character. I asked about making a character, and they said, "What is a character?"
Oh, what do
you mean? It was like a book. Oh, you want to play a game? What would you like? Cards, dice?
I'd like to fucking play D&D and not be with it in a room full of a bunch of fucking weirdos.
And
this is like the discussion we had with one of our players and with our friend Sarah on Tuesday about her roommate going, I need to find a nerdy person, and I went, and this is why what you meant when we both went, caveat to that, half was a fucking weirdos.
Caveats. Like I say, at the time, there were some people think, a prize might be, some sort of godly reward, might be a load of virgins, and they're expecting lovely buxom women, and what you're going to get is Naruto fans that are overweight eating rice. Because there's more of those virgins than there are of the buxom blonde ones.
Oh yeah. Well,
Um,
we can't all have a buxom redhead like me.
but you know what I mean.
Yes.
It's you got to be careful what you wish for.
It's just
Geeks are fantastic until you realise some of them are geeks because they are that is their thing that keeps them sane, and they can't tie their own shoelaces.
hey, don't call me out like that. I can't physically tie my shoelaces.
No? I mean, I have a very good friend of mine. Love him dearly, and you know, very intelligent, very good at so much of the things that he is interested in, of which there are many things. He knows ever has ever come across his path. Like he soaks in that knowledge and he can recall it all, and he can give you tales of things for ages. But you ask him to do a very, very simple thing, like, could you get me a packet of crisps from the shop on your way home because you've got to come past? And then you'll get a load of text messages and phone calls regarding flavour of the crisp, brand of the crisp, what particular shop he should go in. And I was like, just anything simple. Just you've micromanaged this down to a level that doesn't need to be done. You are driving me insane. I will never ask you for a favour again. Maybe that's the plan.
Well, I drive everyone insane, I'll be honest. So, well, no, sorry, correction. I don't drive everyone insane. You and Sarah drive me insane in D&D.
I believe this is a lie, and it's a good time to go.
Well, yeah, you can go early today. You can go early today. Actually, your wife needs you because it's Thanksgiving in the United States.
It is. I'm going to do a quick Thanksgiving ball to everyone.
Yeah. I could. To be fair, I feel bad because I don't have a D&D horror story. Because the one horror story that I would have had for D&D, I wasn't there for it because I was off that week. You know which story I'm on about. You told me about it on the fucking when I came back. Oh, fucking hell. But, well, so I have a kind of horror story bit part of that game. Not of that moment, but of the fact that looking at that person's character after they'd had an outburst about about a storyline that just unfortunately coincided with my character's backstory, because I was like, I'm changing character because I'm really getting bored of playing as a rogue. I want to play something different. I'm gonna try out an oath for a paladin because it seems like it'll be a fun little, attempted class, fun. And they had apparently they had a blow up.
Yes. I've got to say, I've tried to block out as much of that time as possible. But yeah, we had that particular set of sessions that we had, and I stayed on for a bit longer for, was God. we should somehow work out a way of telling that without giving away names, because that would be a funny podcast.
We should. Okay, I think so. We do have. Before I do anything, before I end this podcast, I need to actually check the schedule because we do actually have. So we have one podcast on the 11th. Our last podcast this year is the 11th of December.
Yep.
Because the one after that will be Christmas Day. After the 11th of December, that will be the last podcast of this year. We will be back the 8th of January for the podcast. Cool. I will still be streaming the following on the 14th and the 21st. The 21st will be the last stream of the year for me on Twitch. But our Christmas special, Jack, I think we should go over it. We should go over our Christmas special on the 11th of December. I think we should go over our lovely D&D, all of our lovely D&D stories from that game.
We should. We've got some fun ones.
That entire franchise of such as because I said that the last podcast of the year is the 11th of December. I will still be streaming every Sunday though until the 21st of December.
Well, no, I'm going to love you and leave you, and you can talk to anyone you wish if you want
And
to carry on. But I am
I'm
going
not.
to have to go.
Well, you can bugger off, you.
I shall bugger off. Happy Thanksgiving to those who celebrate it. For those who don't, happy today. And I'll see you all soon. Bye.
Bye, Jax. But that's the thing. The channel will still have videos going up. Channel will still have videos going up on every Friday as per normal. Basically, I'm just going over the stuff with the channel itself at the minute. So, we are looking into possibly 1 or 2 new series. One of them will be Patreon exclusive that Luca volunteered themselves for. To help with. Our Alien playthrough will continue intermittently. Every other week or so. At the moment, we're doing an Alien playthrough on the YouTube channel. It comes out on a Monday. This Sunday, we don't know what we're going to be streaming this Sunday, but I am looking into Alien Dark Descent, where I'm looking into some other potential shows to go to maybe air on the Wednesday during the week, on the Wednesday every other week. If anyone has suggestions for those shows, leave them in the Discord. The link is below on this Twitch channel. The VOD for this, as always, is on YouTube. Like, subscribe on the YouTube channel. And yeah, there'll be some new content coming to the channel on a Wednesday. Aliens Dark Descent is episode 6 will be out. Last episode of this year will be out in December. And then after that, we will be... you'll have to wait till the new year for a new Alien Dark Descent video. But showcases, as per normal, be going up every other week, every Friday. There'll be a 2-week gap between the Christmas weekend and the first week of January. The first video will resume back on the 9th of January of New Year. So I'm going to love you and leave you. And au revoir.